Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain for You. Today's topic is going to be, can a TMS approach, a mind-body approach, help with a legitimate medical issue? Procedure, surgery, actual injury, like a broken bone or something. So I'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to take a breath or two, kind of breathe in something peaceful. Exhale the noise and chaos. And if you hear some noise in the background, that's my cat eating his dinner. So forgive that little eating sound. Breathe in something good. Exhale the crap. So, can a mind-body approach help in a legitimate medical issue? The straight answer is yes. I'll talk about this a little bit. The brain is the control center for everything. And if you have a legitimate medical issue, something like, I don't know, dental work, a surgery, a broken bone, something going on medically, right? Can a mind-body approach help? And if so, how or why? So I think it absolutely can. The brain's a control center, overrules everything. And generally, what you've probably experienced yourself is that when the brain is in a scared, terrified mode, everything gets amplified, including the nervous system and pain signals, right? Normal sensations from the body, amplified in the brain. So the more afraid of a normal medical issue, procedure, injury, somebody kicked a table and legitimately broke their toe. And she had said that she actually used the calm, reassuring, soothing breathing, letting the tension out of her body, the typical TMS approach that I talk about every day. And she used that for her toe, and she said the throbbing and the pain settled down. So I totally believe that mindset can influence this stuff. There's definitely people who can get dental work done without anesthesia. Sounds nuts to me. My dad was one of them. But he just walked in and said, I'd rather just have the pain short term and then deal with the Novocaine and the after effect of that. I thought that was nuts, so maybe my dad was crazy. But my point is, he had the right mindset. He had no fear. And so he was able to somehow mentally tolerate what would be an uncomfortable procedure through the mindset and his approach to it. So post-surgical stuff. Story somebody I was exchanging messages with. Recently I had hip surgery. And the doctor was surprised a month later that her pain level was as high as it was. So they gave her an injection to try to help with that, and that didn't even work. And so the surgery was legitimate. And after surgery, things hurt. Legitimate things hurt because the body's been cut and it has to recover. So that's legitimate stuff, but her pain level was exceedingly high even after it should have come down. And so in my opinion, that is a TMS, perceived danger pain issue. So if you're very worried about or upset about the surgery, if you are over fearful of the post-surgical pain and you're freaking out about it and you're focusing on it, it very well may stay high longer than it needs to, longer than the healing process should have allowed it to calm down. So that being said, if the fear in the brain and the attention and the focus on the symptom of pain from your surgery, for example, can make the pain worse than it should have been, well, it can work the opposite way too. So if you go into a surgery and you're not afraid about it, and you come out and go, well, it hurts, but I trust my body. My brain doesn't need to be involved. And just kind of focus on breathing, soothing, relaxing the body, not freaking out, right? Same stuff I talk about all the time for TMS. This stuff can absolutely work and allow you to get through a legitimate medical procedure, surgery, dental work, broken bone with less stress, less fear, and less pain. This is a control center. And pain is turned on by the brain's perception of danger. And the more danger, the more fear that you give the symptom or the pain, the louder the pain signal goes. So yes, I do believe, and I have seen a couple examples where applying this calm, reassurance, trust the body, leave the brain out of it approach to legitimate medical conditions can absolutely help lower the pain. So the brain is extremely powerful. If the brain believes there's a problem, it's going to act as if that's the case. If the brain's kind of taught and believes that there's not a big problem, it's going to relax and do its thing. The stress response, the immune system and digestive system are massively suppressed when you're in that fight or flight. So post-surgery, post-dental work, broken bone, try to get out of the fight or flight so that the immune system can kick in and the nervous system doesn't have to be amplified by all that fear and attention. In other words, don't freak out, even about legitimate medical things. Can it help? Absolutely. And so there's no downside to it. Nobody ever went into a medical procedure and the doctor said, now before we do this, I want you to be as upset as possible, as freaked out as possible, and I want you to think about and stare at your pain all the way through recovery. Nobody's ever suggested that's a good approach. They always try to be, well, this is a normal surgery. There's a little post-surgical pain, for example. The best bet is to just ride it out. If you need a little bit of pain meds to kind of get you through it, that's fine. But a TMS, calming, soothing, reassuring approach has no downside to TMS and to legitimate medical issues. And one last point, I just wanted to point out, oftentimes people say injury all the time. And I've, did a video on that recently. Stop calling it an injury. Just to say it again. An acute onset of TMS, mind-body pain, perceived danger pain, an acute onset feels a lot like an injury. And so, even if you were told, yep, you injured it, you must have done something, you lifted too heavy, the sooner you take on this calm, reassuring, I'm going to trust my body to heal and recover, the faster you'll get better. It's just the way it works. When the brain knows you're not afraid, it dials down those warning signals called pain. And so, zero downside. Real injury, TMS, there's no harm in doing this stuff, folks. I'm not telling you to go do anything extreme, but there's no harm in teaching your brain that you're okay. Relax your body, breathe, feel your emotions. Don't take your thinking so seriously. If you're doing catastrophic thinking about what if it doesn't heal right, it will. Trust it. Your body knows what to do. So that's what I got for you today. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Saturday. This is when it's going to post. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.